Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts right now.
Just a day after that 18-year-old man opened fire at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, law enforcement in North Texas and the Rio Grande Valley intercepting guns and credible threats against more schools.
Police in Richardson, just north of Dallas, arrested a student who had an AK-47 style pistol and a replica of an AR-15 style obese rifle in his vehicle. No one hurt in that incident.
And just overnight, the Donna Independent School District said authorities received a credible threat of violence. Details about the suspects or targeted schools were not released. However, the district canceling classes for the remainder of the week out of an abundance of caution. Donna is located near McAllen and Farr. And a new incident in Seguin coming to light as well. Seguin police serving a warrant at a student's home after he allegedly threatened to bring an AK-47 to Seguin High School. Investigators say 19-year-old Joel Plasencia had repeatedly made similar threats, and administrators had banned him from all campuses for the remainder of the school year. After an investigation, Plasencia was taken into custody yesterday. He's now charged with making a terroristic threat, and Seguin police are encouraging anyone with information about social media posts that threaten schools to please come forward.
Meantime, new details emerging in the investigation of that mass shooting at Robb Elementary and the timeline of the killings.
And it is disturbing. Investigators now say the gunman was inside the school for about 40 minutes before he was taken down by officers. The 18-year-old suspect shot his grandmother in the face at around 11 in the morning, then took off in her truck before crashing about a block and a half away from the school. Investigators say he was dressed in tactical gear, and he ran toward the school with a backpack and an AR-15 style rifle. By 11:32, the shooter was confronted by a school resource officer outside of a building, but officials say at that point, no shots had been fired.
Gunfire was not exchanged, but the subject was able to make it into the school.
Law enforcement officials say they are now reviewing video which appears to show the suspect entering the school. The shooter went into a classroom, opened fire on those students. It was sometime later that a multi-agency tactical team eventually breached the fourth grade classroom where the suspect had barricaded himself. A Border Patrol SWAT team member is who killed that suspect.
A show of love and respect for the victims of the Uvalde school shooting is growing by the hour. People have left flowers and balloons outside the school where 21 people, including 19 children, died at the hands of that gunman. The memorial also includes 21 handmade crosses that have been getting a lot of attention. Katrina Weber joins us live now. Katrina, those crosses have also been a pretty big source of emotion as well.
Well, that is right. We have seen people doing everything from kneeling down and praying to crying, of course, tears just flowing. Also, this memorial growing by the hour as people continue to stream in here. Now, they've mostly been gathered around those 21 crosses you see there. Each one of those contains the name of one of the 21 people who died in that shooting here. A number of balloons, flowers, and candles also part of that memorial. This started springing up late last night. I did talk to a DPS trooper who had spent the night here. He says he saw the person who brought those crosses in, a local man who spent all day yesterday, starting about 8 o'clock in the morning, making those crosses, painting them, and then finally bringing them out here late last night to place them in the ground. And now again, we can see someone walking up right now with a bouquet of flowers to put them down. A lot of the people who have come here, especially early this morning, are relatives of the people, mainly the children who have died. And I did speak to one man earlier who actually lost two relatives, a boy he called his step-grandson, and then his niece's daughter. He was very tearful, of course, and just had an expression of thanks and gratitude to the people of this community and people all around the world for the love and support that they have shown. But he says that he is heartbroken, and he feels like when his step-grandson especially died, he was especially close to that young boy, that a piece of him died as well. Reporting live in Uvalde, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. And there are ways you can help support people in Uvalde. In addition to giving blood, you can donate to the official funds set up to help the families of the school shooting victims. Uvalde city leaders and the fellow community help organize one of the funds. It is at the First State Bank of Uvalde. Catholic Charities is providing emergency financial assistance for family members who need to travel to Uvalde. HEB shoppers can donate to the company's Spirit of Giving Fund by making monetary donations in store, at the register, or at checkout for curbside and home delivery orders. And we've got these resources and more listed on KSAT.com. Scan the QR code there on your screen, and it'll take you to that story and show you those things that you can help out.
And another example as that situation in Uvalde unfolds, there are more vigils and prayer services surfacing at home and across the state. Some schools in the area honoring the 21 victims in the mass shooting in a very symbolic way. Our Jonathan Cotto spent the morning with a West Side middle school who took to the school's track in remembrance.
Today, West Side Middle School coming together in a very special and unique way amid the tragic events that unfolded in Uvalde this week. Students, teachers, and staff gathering in prayer before a run in honor of the 21 victims. The life-preserving efforts by teachers at Robb Elementary is something that tugs a little more at Elizabeth Reyes' heart and our teacher at Gus Garcia Middle School.
Every day you come into these classrooms, you just go into a protection mode because those are our children, you know, and I would do anything for those kids to protect them, to make them feel safe. And I knew that's exactly what those teachers were doing.
Reyes started running in 2010, and although the cause and reason have changed, the purpose remains the same, showing love and support.
I share my story with all the students, and they're totally in it 100% because they believe in my purpose, and that's just to let people know that you are loved, you are important, and that you are seen. And this is the way that I can share my love, is through running.
The distance between Gus Garcia Middle School and Robb Elementary is roughly 83 miles, and that's exactly the goal for Ms. Reyes and her students, to run that distance in honor and remembrance of the 19 students and 2 teachers whose lives were cut too short.
The Uvalde school shooting inspiring communities to come together, but for some, the incident hits more than just close to home, because it is home.
On Wednesday morning, I woke up to find out that my second grade teacher had passed away, Ms. Garcia.
Bermea says today's run is a huge display of support.
It's very greatly appreciated knowing that, you know, outside the community, there's people that have our backs, that support us, and that are helping us get through the pain.
Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Outside with live cam already pushing 90. We're up to 86, but ooh, it was a cool, crisp, early morning. I don't know, hill country? Set any records this morning or come close?
No, may have come close. No records though, but yes, we had one spot briefly dip into the upper 40s early this morning. So you did have to be up before the sun to really get to cash in on the cool start that we had today. But yes, we're already climbing into the upper 80s, some spots pushing 90. Another sunny day ahead for us here. West-southwest winds right about 10 miles per hour. Light winds for the most part today. What you'll really notice today is going to be the heat. We'll see highs climb into the 90s. A note about today's weather. Air quality is considered unhealthy for sensitive groups today. Sensitive groups are those with respiratory conditions like COPD and asthma. The reason for the less than stellar air quality today is because of increased levels of ground level ozone around San Antonio and the metro area. So all the counties surrounding Bexar County are under an ozone action day alert today. We start to see these typically as we get into our warmer months, and it's just because we've got increased levels of ground level ozone. So something to keep in mind for any of our friends out there with respiratory conditions such as asthma. You're just encouraged to spend time inside this afternoon, especially during the hottest part of the day. Again, some spots are pushing 90 now. 88 at Pleasanton, 87 Stinson, 86 New Braunfels. Here's where I expect our high temperatures to end up this afternoon. Mid to upper 90s for most of us, low 90s across the hill country. Abundant sun again today and light southwesterly winds. Temperatures continue to climb as we get closer to the Memorial Day weekend. We'll talk about that forecast coming up here in just a bit, guys.
Thank you, Katie. In other news, back here in San Antonio, the man known as the medical center rapist was sentenced for this week after taking a plea deal. Anton Harris is already serving 99 years after being sentenced in 2020 for one of 5 aggravated sexual assault cases. Harris was a teenager when he was arrested in 2017 for a series of attacks of women in the medical center area. 399th District Court Judge Frank Castro accepted the plea deal that would sentence Harris to an additional 35 years for the second aggravated sexual assault charge and also dismissed the remaining charges. One of the victims was in court during the sentencing and gave an impact statement. We will not be showing her face or revealing her identity.
I promise to tell my story. I promise to tell the story of you and me and the gun and what you did to me in a dark bedroom. I promise to tell the story of your cruelty and of my survival.
This 35-year sentence will be served concurrently with the 99-year sentence from the other case. This will bring an end to all of the Harris's cases in Bexar County.
A Bexar County Sheriff's Office detention deputy arrested, accused of attacking an inmate and punching him in the face. According to Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar, 31-year-old Ivan Torres assaulted the inmate who had only been in jail for 1 day. Salazar says Torres ordered the inmate to return to his bunk just before 2 p.m. on Wednesday, but that's when the man refused, and the sheriff says Torres punched him, causing cuts to his face. He's charged with official oppression and assault.
Still coming up at this half hour, Colin Kaepernick gets a tryout with an NFL team. Larry Ramirez has the details on that coming up in sports.
KSAT 12 celebrates Military City, USA, powered by USAA.
San Antonio is known as Military City, USA, and here at Joint Base San Antonio Lackland is where airmen earn their wings. Inside the base at the Career Enlisted Aviator Center of Excellence, aircrew will learn the fundamentals of transporting goods to our troops. Here's a look at training for the Loadmasters.
People on the ground can't get their supplies without Air Mobility Command, so we're part of that. We're a big function in that. So we get the troops whatever they need, whether that's food, whether that's weapons.
Loading and transporting some of the biggest assets in the military requires teamwork and extensive training before planning an Air Force flight.
You can be up to 6 pallets on the C-130. Here with 1 pallet, we got to take care of, exposing these students to knowing the nomenclature and the procedures to onloading it and offloading it, but doing it in an efficient manner and also in a safely manner. Come the real world scenario and they're out there in the world performing the duties as primary loadmasters, they'll definitely see more than 1 pallet for sure.
Looking outside with live cam, yeah, summer's back. If it's 86 degrees at noontime, yeah, we're in for it today.
It's, yes, the focus, the past several days, really late last week into early this week, the focus was on the chances of rain, right? Well, now rain chances are out of the forecast and the focus is back on the heat, and the heat will be the story all the way through the upcoming weekend. And I've got a sneak peek of your Memorial Day weekend forecast coming up after this next break. First, the aquifer today up just 1/10 of a foot. We saw a good rise over the last 24 hours because of Tuesday night's rain. The level today 646.4. That's still 19 feet below the monthly average. And in your pollen count, molds are moderate. Grass is low. A look at your Memorial Day weekend forecast coming up after the break.
After all that rain and now all this heat, so I'm guessing the humidity is high. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say there's some humidity in there.
Let me see. It's not too bad.
No, it's really not too bad today, actually, David.
You don't have enough hair to figure that one out.
Oh, yeah. So when's it going to get bad?
As we get into Sunday this weekend and then early next week.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, of course, right. And that kind of plays into your forecast for Memorial Day weekend. Here's a sneak peek for you. It's going to be hot. That's the bottom line. Saturday, Sunday, highs of 98, 95 on Monday, thanks to a few more clouds and also slightly higher humidity by Monday. Breezy on Saturday, and then the wind really starts to kick back in Sunday, Monday. South winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour Sunday and into Memorial Day on Monday. But at least that'll help us out. Those gusty winds can kind of act like Mother Nature's air conditioning. So we have that going for us. Yes, it was nice and cool this morning, even verging on chilly if you were in Kerrville. Morning low there 49, 59 was our morning low here in San Antonio, also 59 in Pleasanton, mid to upper 60s well south of Highway 90. So much cooler than average for this time of year to start, but we're already approaching 90 in some spots. It's 89 in Cotulla, 88 in Pleasanton, 86 up in New Braunfels. Again, here's how your temperatures top out this afternoon. Mid to upper 90s for most of us, around 95 Carrizo Springs, 97 Cotulla, 94 Gonzales, 91 the high in Kerrville. Today, abundant sunshine and light southwesterly winds at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Satellite picture is just quiet, nothing but blue sky, not just here in South Central Texas, but also all across the Lone Star State. Now, things are much more busy as far as rain and severe weather goes off across parts of the Deep South, even into a portion of Florida. Low pressure system spinning here in northern Arkansas and a cold front moving east across the Deep South. That's the same front that came through late Tuesday night, early yesterday morning, and brought us those strong to severe thunderstorms very late on Tuesday. That system will continue to push north and east across the eastern U.S. over the next 24 to 36 hours. Right behind it, here comes an area of surface high pressure to keep things sunny and, yes, hot heading into the day tomorrow and also through the first part of the weekend. Now, by late Saturday into Sunday, that surface high will move farther to the east, and the winds that are moving clockwise around that surface high will bring a pretty stout south wind back into play for us as we get into Saturday and especially on Sunday. So that's why things will turn a bit more windy by Sunday, and then again into Monday. And we'll also see that higher humidity kick back in Sunday into Monday as those stout south winds return for us here in South Central Texas. If you're traveling this weekend for the Memorial Day holiday on Monday, it is going to be hot anywhere you go. Higher humidity around the Houston area, of course, but they're still looking at highs in the low to mid 90s. Elsewhere into West Texas, some drier air there, but triple digits from Lubbock down to San Angelo, even around Del Rio. 102 Saturday in Del Rio, 100 on Sunday, and again around the Alamo City, 98 both Saturday and Sunday afternoon. So yes, the heat is back on. Your ACs will be doing a lot of work here over the next several days, and unfortunately, no good rain chance within the next week. So the heat is back as our focus here over the next week or so. Your KSAT 12-hour forecast for the rest of the day: 90 at 2 o'clock, 95 our high temperature around San Antonio today. Winds will be southerly at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So not much of a breeze today. This evening, even after the sun goes down, temperatures slowly falling through the 80s, and we'll start you off tomorrow in the upper 60s. Not nearly as cool as it was this morning, but mid to upper 60s for your morning lows on Friday. 97 tomorrow, and then inching closer to 100 over the weekend, guys.
Ouch. We're back.
Yep, sorry.
Double digits.
Warm temperatures just in time for the Cowboys to get back on the field.
Yeah, OTAs, and so they went inside because of the heat. I mean, they have that luxury now, but I'll tell you what, OTA practice was pretty hard for the Dallas Cowboys because their thoughts, of course, were with those in Uvalde. In fact, Dak Prescott says what happened makes him not even want to have children. Plus, Texans wide receiver Brandon Cooks says he's impressed with one of the rookie wideouts. Coming up.
I have young children. I have a fourth grader, so it's mind-boggling. I don't like talking about these things because it's hard enough to think about as a parent. It makes me sick, like I'm sure it does everybody.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy was emotional and struggled to find words when asked about the school shooting in Uvalde in Big Board Sports.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
For the first time this offseason, the Dallas Cowboys OTA session yesterday was open to the media at the Ford Center in Frisco. Left tackle Tyron Smith was the only veteran not in attendance due to back tightness, so second-year tackle Josh Ball took his place. It was not an easy day to practice because of the school shooting in Uvalde. Head coach Mike McCarthy said the team talked about what happened a lot. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence certainly practiced with a heavy heart.
I have kids that go to school too, and their safety is all I care about. And if I don't feel safe, sending my kids to school, I know other parents will feel the same way.
We're talking about children. We're talking about the future. I don't have kids and can't imagine having to send my kid to school with that anxiety. With that, honestly, it makes me fearful to have children, and that's not right. That's sad.
It's a lot that needs to be done. but we're not doing anything. Our leaders are just sitting back, collecting checks, and just watching things happen. So I think we can get it done, but it's all gonna take a collective effort. It just can't be one group, trying to handle things, or it's just all of us. All of us are gonna have to step in, make sure we build in a safer workplace, safer environment, for us to grow in.
The Houston Texans started OTAs Tuesday, and it's being reported that 95% of the team reported, including veteran wide receiver Brandon Cooks and second-year quarterback Davis Mills. Defensive lineman Malik Collins and left tackle Laramie Tunsil were absent. Rookie wide receiver and second-round draft pick John Mechie III isn't working out with the team as he recovers from a torn ACL. The Rook is extremely limited in what he can do, but still, Cooks is impressed with the 21-year-old from the University of Alabama.
That kid's special. You can just tell it. When you talk with someone, you just get that feel about a guy. And, the way that he goes about his business, obviously right now, he's not going with us, but, his focus and paying attention to the little details that he can pay attention to, I like him, and I can't wait to get to work with him for sure.
That little boy Cooks is holding is his son Maverick, and Dad said he turns 2 in September. The Texans will wrap up OTAs today. Quarterback Colin Kaepernick, who hasn't played in the NFL since 2016, worked out for the Las Vegas Raiders yesterday, according to ESPN. For Kaepernick, this was his first workout with an NFL team since he was run out of the league for kneeling during the national anthem to protest racial injustice. He did meet with the Seahawks in 2017, but nothing ever came of that, and his career in the NFL appeared to be over. Kaepernick is now 34 years old.
And I guess we'll see if anything comes of this with the Raiders, huh?
Yep.
All right, Larry, thank you. Still coming up, San Antonio ISD is hosting a youth mental health awareness walk. How the event started with one student's efforts. That's in the next half hour. Now to remembering the victims of Robb Elementary School massacre. 19 students and 2 teachers killed Tuesday.
A prayer service held in their honor as their families open up about their loved ones taken too soon.
These are the faces of America's latest mass shooting. Innocent elementary school students and their teachers snatched from their families. The grandmother of Althea Ramirez says that she was an artist with a lot of talent and a whole lot of love.
Nice little girl. She would help her mom, her dad.
The small community of Uvalde coming together in mourning.
I cried a lot today and yesterday. I may cry some more here as we speak. You may cry, because our hearts are broken.
Remembering those lost and their final acts of heroism. Surviving students say Amerie Jo Garza tried to call 911 for help during the gunfire.
She was the best person that I know, full of life, gone too soon, always smiling, very productive. She was her own self.
4th grade teacher Irma Garcia was an educator for 23 years who loved barbecue and music. Her co-teacher, Eva Morelos, murdered in the same classroom trying to protect their students.
She was just very adventurous and courageous. It's beyond devastating and tragic.
Ileana Cruz Torres, Xavier James Lopez, Rogelio Torres, Lucia Garcia, and 10-year-old cousins Annabelle Rodriguez and Jacqueline Jalen Casares, all killed. 10-year-old Jace Carmelo Luevanos and 11-year-old Jayla Nicole Seguero were also cousins. Their family saying they were, quote, loving baby angels, always had a smile on their face, just full of life. I can't believe this happened to our angels, unquote. ABC spoke with Brandon Elrod on Tuesday as he was desperately searching for his daughter.
We can't find my daughter.
He would later learn his 10-year-old McKenna Elrod was among the victims. Her aunt April simply calling the 10-year-old beautiful and that they are devastated.
One of the hardest things parents are dealing with in the days that follow this devastating shooting at Robb Elementary is when and how to talk to their children. Today, we turn to the Children's Hospital of San Antonio for some guidance. Dr. Elena Macalson, Chief of Pediatric Psychology with the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, says while parents might want to shield their kids, they might be getting information from school, friends, or social media.
Most news coverage is too much for adults right now. This is very traumatizing, what we're seeing and hearing. It is very hard to hear, so very limited amounts. And for younger children, I would not allow them to see any news coverage, but more answer any other questions they may have.
When bringing up the conversations, the doctor says that she suggests asking your children for first what they've heard about what happened in Uvalde and ask if they have any questions before sharing any details that might need to hear. She also says news coverage is really only suitable for teenage kids who have no history of stress or anxiety. But of course, she says every parent knows their kids best. You can watch the full interview with her on KSAT.com.
And right now, many families are having to live through a parent's worst nightmare. That grief can sometimes make us feel numb. Therapists say, though, that is normal.
What happens initially when someone goes through a trauma is their brain sort of shuts down and they go into automatic survival mode. They really need to get through that stage, get through the funeral, get back into a routine, and that's when we can look at some of those more, perhaps longer-term therapies.
Ashley Jesse works with the Children's Bereavement Center of San Antonio. She counseled many Sutherland Springs community members after that massacre. She says if you're looking to offer support, the best thing loved ones can do when someone is working through grief isn't talking about it, it's listening.
And if you would like to speak with a counselor, reach out now. The Ecumenical Center can help you. Just call 210-616-0885 or visit their website. And the Children's Bereavement Center is also a resource. It can be reached at 210-736-4847 or via their website. We have all this information on KSAT.com. Just scan that QR code there on your screen.
Even Governor Greg Abbott calling the shooting in Uvalde an issue of a mental health crisis. It's a topic that is back in our spotlight here at home. San Antonio ISD hosting a youth mental health awareness walk to break down the stigma surrounding mental health. And it was inspired by a local student. Stephanie Huerta shares with us what this walk means to that student.
I feel like a lot of times the youth gets overlooked and we're just told to walk it off, or that we're just being emotional, and that's just not true.
Jefferson High School senior Joseph Gonzalez is bringing awareness to mental health and is behind the walk called SAISD Into the Light.
I want to have this walk so that I can, stop the stigma and start a conversation to, let the students know and the youth know that it's okay to not be okay.
Joseph says this started as a class project. He held a small walk for the Jefferson community last year, and the response was overwhelming.
Around 90 people showed up, and so I knew, and people had come up to me after saying that it really meant a lot and that it impacted them because either they have dealt with mental health or people they know and have sadly passed away from suicide.
Joseph says this walk is personal for him.
I've dealt with suicidal thoughts, which I don't anymore, but I still deal with depression and anxiety.
Joseph is working with the district to host the walk at Alamo Stadium this weekend. His message to anyone experiencing difficult times.
People are there for you, and people are going to help you.
Joseph wants to continue helping people. He will be attending Trinity University and majoring in psychology. Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Outside with Lucky, this is absolutely a gorgeous looking day. 87 degrees, is going to get warm, but at least it looks nice.
That's true. It is a really pretty day. Just like yesterday, we'll have abundant sunshine this afternoon, and that does mean your AC is going to get some work in here over the next several hours. And I've got more on a hot afternoon and several more hot afternoons coming up in the full forecast in just a few minutes. But on a different note, Atlantic hurricane season starts June 1st, so less than a week, and we've got a couple of forecasts that are released every year ahead of hurricane season. One from Colorado State, and when you think hurricanes, you're probably not thinking Colorado, right? Well, there's a great research program at Colorado State focused on the tropics, so that's why they release a forecast each year. We also get a forecast from NOAA. Both Colorado State researchers and NOAA are anticipating a busier than normal hurricane season once again this year, so we do expect an above normal or above average number of named storms over the course of this 2022 Atlantic hurricane season. Things are quiet out there in the Atlantic Basin for now. No tropical development expected over the next 2 to 5 days. Oh my gosh, it's not Mother's Day. Okay, there, it went away. I'm so sorry. I left my little holiday icon on there. This afternoon, 95 sunny, southerly winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We crank up the heat a bit more over the upcoming holiday weekend, Memorial Day weekend. I'll have another look at that forecast for you. Also, the latest drought monitor coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
Every day is Mother's Day, Katie.
That's true. And don't you forget it.
More from Steve Kerr coming up on dealing with the reality of that Uvalde shooting while trying to coach an NBA playoff game. Larry Mears with that coming up.
The stock market up, and so's the temperature.
Both looking good today. Feel like warm.
Yeah.
87 degrees.
Already approaching 90. Hard to believe. If you were up early this morning, you know that it was pretty cool out there. So yeah, we're already approaching 90 temperatures, rapidly climbing as we get into the second part of the day. And yeah, it's going to be hot through the upcoming weekend. I've got more on that for you in just a couple of minutes. If you missed it earlier today, molds and grass reported in the pollen count. Molds are moderate. Grass is low, and as far as the aquifer goes, it's up just 1/10 of a foot today, but it's still 19 feet below the monthly average. Today's level 646.4. More on your weekend forecast and an updated drought monitor coming up.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oops. We can be extremely focused on rain, severe weather, all those kinds of things. But today's topic is about the opposite of that, the lack of rain, drought. So if you're listening to this podcast, this is a San Antonio, Texas podcast for everyone across the nation, all right?
You're really going to be shocked.
Lake Mead Reservoir is so low that they are finding bodies in barrels from the 70s and 80s. Authorities say they may find more bodies as the lake levels continue to recede. The reason for that, droughts are getting longer and worse.
How do we fix drought?
Conserve water.
Really put a lot of thought into that one.
That is what we're going to talk about today.
Awesome.
The look on your face, Katie, says it all. Wait, we're supposed to be talking weather. We're talking about bodies and barrels.
That Lake Mead story has become a huge talking point for me.
Didn't they find like a plane in there too?
Yeah, I mean, that's become a talking point for me at social gatherings.
Next?
I'm like, hey, have you heard about this?
Just Medina Lake is getting kind of low.
My mind. Yeah, our area lakes really need some water. And I know what you may be thinking in terms of the drought monitor. So you may know it's updated every Thursday. But what you may not know, and this is something we talk more about in that podcast, in our Whatever the Weather podcast in the latest episode, which is all about drought. We talk about the fact that when it comes to the drought monitor, it stops taking rainfall into account on Tuesday morning of each week. So this latest drought monitor that I have for you does not take into account the storms that move through Tuesday night into the early morning hours of Wednesday. So there's not a whole lot of change here. We've still got a big swath of exceptional drought all the way from down near the Gulf Coast through parts of Atascosa County west, Medina, Uvalde counties, and then up into the Hill Country, even now up into parts of the Concho Valley. So drought still a big issue here, and unfortunately, over the next 7 days, we don't have any rainfall in the forecast to help us out. So drought will continue to be an issue for us likely over the coming months. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about drought, you can check out Sarah Spivey and I's Whatever the Weather podcast, available in audio and video form. Outside right now, beautiful day. Plenty of sunshine, 85 west-southwest winds at about 10 miles per hour. I mentioned this at the top of the show, but in case you missed it, air quality today is considered unhealthy for sensitive groups. Sensitive groups are those with respiratory conditions like asthma or COPD. If you've got someone in your household that falls into that group, they're encouraged to limit their time outdoors this afternoon during the hottest part of the day. The reason that air quality has taken a bit of a hit today is because we've got elevated levels of ground level ozone across the metro area, up the I-35 corridor, of course, where we've got very busy roadways, a lot of cars, the exhaust, everything like that. So just something to keep in mind. The majority of us not affected by that hit that air quality has taken today. Sunshine all across south central Texas this afternoon. Temperatures are rapidly climbing into the upper 80s, even low 90s in spots. Kennedy, Pleasanton, both at 90 right now, 85 Fredericksburg and 84 in Rock Springs, 84 at Port SA, also 84 Converse, 85 Bulverde and 86 in Comfort. We'll see temperatures jump into the 90s for all of us this afternoon. Low 90s across the hill country, 93 Utopia, 95 Sabinal, 94 Seguin, 95 Nixon and 93 in Bulverde this afternoon. Temperatures continue to climb the next several afternoons. We don't have triple digits on the board officially, but we'll get close over the next 3 days. 97 Friday, 98 Saturday and Sunday, and then with a bit more cloud cover next week, our highs come back down into the low to mid 90s, but nonetheless, we will start to see these temperatures jump back up to being nearly 10 degrees above average for this time of year. Thankfully, as we get into the weekend, especially Sunday and then Memorial Day on Monday, we'll have the wind to help us out. So a stout south wind will kick back in by Sunday, Monday, and we'll start to see some wind gusts up closer to 30 miles per hour at that time. So even though it will be hot, we'll kind of have Mother Nature's air conditioning to help us out a bit as we get into the upcoming long weekend. It has been such a hot month. Thankfully, these past few days have seen temperatures at average, that's what we pulled on Monday, or even below average. But the first 3 weeks of the month, each and every day, the high temperature was above average. So it has been just a scorcher of a month, and it looks like we'll end the month on a very hot note as well. So the rest of your Thursday, approaching 90 at 2 o'clock, 95 the high around San Antonio this afternoon. Even this evening after the sun goes down, temperatures slow to fall through the 80s. 67 to start the day tomorrow, 97 your afternoon high on Friday. The heat continues through the weekend, but we'll get a little wind going for you Sunday into Monday. We'll be right back.
The Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics held a moment of silence for the victims of the shooting in Uvalde prior to Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals last night. Now, this game went back and forth until the third quarter when the Celtics outscored the Heat 32-16. Jaylen Brown led the Boston Celtics with 25 points. Jason Tatum at 22, and Derek White, well, he scored 14 off the bench. Boston wins at Miami 93-80, taking a 3-2 series lead. Miami was held to just 32% shooting.
As I always say, we rely on the defensive end. Know our offense will pick up eventually, and when we get those stops and get out and run, we're kind of a lethal team on both ends.
There's guys that are far from 100% on both sides, and that's why this is, just intense competition. It's playoff basketball.
Jaylen Brown had the dunk of the game, throwing it down over Heat big man Bam Adebayo. Game 6 is tomorrow night, 7:30. At Boston. Tuesday night in Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals, the Mavericks beats the Warriors 119-109 to avoid getting swept. They trailed the Dubs 3-1. Dallas led by as many as 29 points and then held off a furious Warriors fourth quarter rally to win by 10. And after the game, Warriors head coach Steve Kerr was asked what did he tell his team about what happened in Uvalde.
Just talked basketball. We didn't. There was sort of an unspoken awareness of, what happened today. There was, it was a very quiet locker room beforehand. I felt like, you as a coach, my job is get the team ready to play. Difficult to sort of keep perspective on a day like today.
During his pregame presser, Kerr was critical of U.S. senators in the wake of the Uvalde school shooting. Now, Game 5 is 8 o'clock tonight at Golden State. Cleveland and Houston closed out their 3-game series at Minute Maid Park yesterday, and Astros starter Cristian Javier went 5 2/3 of an inning, allowing 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, while striking out 9 to earn the win, improving to 3-2 this season. Bottom of the 6th, Jason Castro hits a sac fly to left field, scoring a run to make it 2-0 Astros, and that proves to be the difference. Houston wins 2-1, taking 2 of 3 from the Guardians. Rangers at the Angels yesterday, top of the 4th, tied at 1. Designated hitter Mitch Garver hits a deep shot to left field and gone 401 feet, and the Rangers lead it 2-1. Later in the inning, Cole Calhoun hammers one to right field, a 2-run shot, and the Angels could not come back. The Rangers roll 7-2 and leave Anaheim with a 2-game split. In Texas League action, the Mission split a doubleheader at the Rough Riders, winning Game 1 8-1 and dropping Game 2 6-1.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. Real quick, we wanted to let you know that DPS has called a press conference for 1:30 this afternoon in Uvalde. They're going to be holding that press conference at Robb Elementary School.
And we're going to be carrying it live here on KSAT 12, so stand by for that. But in the meantime, SA Live's ready to go.
That's right. Well, San Antonio, of course, continues to open up their hearts for Uvalde today, and we are going to continue to share with you the local businesses that are doing what they can to help and let you know how you can help as well.
Yes, lots of events. We also have a local yoga instructor who can help with some self-care exercises that you can do from home.
All right, and of course, you know what we like to do on this show? We love to share delicious food. All right, and we've got cheesesteaks today,
yes.
right?
Bree is here to share what makes these so authentic.
Well, I'm very big on regional cheesesteaks and showcasing the different parts of Philadelphia. So my truck is actually here to give San Antonians the authentic feel. So if you're coming for the chicken Philly that you're used to in West Philly, if you're used to your South Philly cheesesteak with the broccoli rabe and the garlic and the roasted hots, or if you're going to North Philly and you just want your cheesesteak with American salt, pepper, mayo, ketchup.
It's the real deal. Lots of options. Thank you so much. We have more of that coming up. And also, if you'd like to support a veteran-owned business, Longtap Brewing Company is here. They're going to talk about their dedication beer and how it goes back to charity and how you can support that local business as well.
All that and more when SA Live continues in just a few minutes.
Well, the heat is back. Mid to upper 90s, your high temperatures all the way through the upcoming Memorial Day weekend, thankfully. A bit more wind kicks in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday next week, so Mother Nature's air conditioning helping us out just a little bit, guys.
At least the fan is blowing, I guess is what we're saying. Still hot.
Still warm. 2 words, cheesesteak.
That's coming up?
That's all I got. Did you see those?
Yeah, it's one of our favorites.
SA Live starts right
now.
Well, San Antonio is continuing to send all their love to Uvalde, including free food from local food trucks like Sari Sari. Good afternoon, I'm Fiona Gorstiza.
I'm Jen Tobias-Chesky, filling in for Mike Osterhage, and we are continuing to get through a tragic week here on SA Live, but there's a lot of love being sent that way. A lot of San Antonio businesses going out of their way.
Yes, there is no shortage of love here in the Alamo City. So we wanted to start with some ways that you can join in and help, because every little bit can help. All right, this Saturday, Elsewhere Garden Bar is teaming up with several local businesses for a raffle to raise money for the families of Uvalde. Some of the items include giveaways to Hotel Emma, the San Antonio Zoo, and more. The event is from 1 to 5 p.m.
HEB is committing $500,000 to support victims and families. You can also contribute in store or with your curbside order. We have the links available on our website, SALive.com. You can click the As Seen on SA Live tab for more information.
KJ's Angels is going to be hosting a benefit concert for victims and families of the Uvalde shooting. They are still working on securing a date, but it looks like it will be held at the charity bar. And last we heard, they are still looking for musicians willing to play.
The Block is hosting a fundraiser tomorrow evening from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. All the proceeds will go back to the Robb School Memorial Fund. They will have live music and all the food trucks as well.
Many local coffee shops are teaming up to gather donations of new stuffed plushies for the youth of Uvalde who could use an item of comfort. Uvalde ISD stated that Robb Elementary's student population is 600, but they are looking to surpass that amount. Please drop off new plushies at Folklores Coffee, Gold, Alley Cat Coffee, Southtown Vinyl, Indie Coffee Club, Jaime's Place, Cigar Point, the Lighthouse Lounge, or Friends of Sound.
Lots of people involved in that one, yes. The Mindful Collective Studio will be collecting art supplies that will directly be distributed to a team of crisis counselors in Uvalde. Supplies needed includes Play-Doh, journals, crayons, stuffed animals, backpacks, construction paper, fidgets, and basically all of the art supplies you can find in the crafts section of your store.
Well, as we spoke about this yesterday, with parent coach Dr. Lulu, art can be a creative outlet, for children and a way to cope. And the Mindful Collective, who is asking for those art supply donations, is also a place where you can focus on self-care.
Yes, we all need more of that, especially during this time. Melissa Aguirre is a local yoga instructor. She actually owns the Mindful Collective, and she helps military veterans struggling with PTSD, but also anybody who just needs some help and some extra self-care. So she had some tips for us. Take a look.
Well, first and foremost is meditation is something that you don't need external things to do it. You already have the tools within you to access it. There's so many benefits within that have been shown through research already, just from a physiological standpoint of what meditation can do to the body and to the brain.
Melissa Aguirre uses her platform to train other yoga teachers in town while focusing on mental and emotional hygiene with her mind-body practices.
Results and benefits for meditation is people will often find they're not as reactive, not as easily triggered. You're able to offer more compassion, and they've shown through research that it does strengthen the areas of the brain that curate empathy and compassion.
Being a military spouse, she is also using her programs for military families and those struggling with PTSD and other anxieties.
Yoga is an amazing tool that has helped me with going with the flow, literally, and also it's provided something that I can be moving around and teaching. And actually our training programs, military spouses are eligible for full ride scholarships. So the military community is something that I'm very passionate about.
And while many of us are facing different stresses in life right now, meditation could be worth a try. But here's what you should know.
There's 3 tools that you can use to help bring your awareness back into this now moment. The first I suggest is breath. Breath is, one, it's directly connected to your nervous system. Exhales, relax the body. Inhales, energize the body. So you can use your breath. I like to suggest square breathing, so where you inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale 4, hold for 4. Inhale 4. So if that helps you to focus, using a breath practice like that can be really powerful. The second one is the body. So any free movement in the body. When you sit down, I encourage any free movement, checking in, trusting that your body is going to naturally adapt itself, right? So you don't need to be like, what is the right posture? What is the right move? No, just sit, rock. What feels good? And then the third is sound. So sound is a tool to keep you present, and that could be through a song that's playing while you sit down for your meditation. It can be through listening to the sounds in your environment or the birds outside and just following sound to sound. Now, once you connect with maybe where you want to start, I want to invite you, I'm going to actually take you guys through just a brief experience. So I'm going to invite you to bring your hands up. You're going to cross your arms and then lock your thumbs. So it's going to look like a bird or a butterfly. Bring it to your heart. So you're going to bring it to your heart and just take a moment with your hands on your chest and just drop your chin down and check in with your body. Maybe take a big breath in. And as you exhale, take your palms, maybe bring it down to the ground and just feel the ground beneath you. Noticing what is keeping you stable here. So we're checking in, we're feeling the sensations around us and within us. And then from there, you are welcome to find whatever is comfortable. Meditation does not have to be this erect spine that's perfect and looks like what they show on TV. It can be just this relaxing. You can drop in, you can lay down, you can lengthen your legs out and lean up on a pillow. I would encourage creating a space for yourself. Maybe it's that you already have a space in your home that is, relaxing or quiet. You could go out on your back porch. You can connect with us at Mel Marie Yoga. We have pre-recorded tools and resources available to you on our website. You don't need anything. You don't need to go buy these beautiful meditation pillows or all these things. You can, but you don't have to.
For USA Live,
as long as you have a body, you have breath and the ground, you've got all you need.
I'm Jen Tobias Stresky.
So important to make sure we take care of ourselves. And if you are a parent or a teacher looking for some helpful tips on how to talk to your children about this week's tragic events, we do have the full interview that we did yesterday with parent coach and pediatrician Dr. Lulu.
Just head on over to salive.com. It's right on our homepage. Very helpful ways to get the conversation started. SA Live continues with a veteran-owned brewery that's honoring fallen Green Berets in a special way.
And after the break, a family business shares their grandma's recipes that go back 100 years. We'll tell you where they're serving these delicious. Stay with us.